there I am. I was gonna make it funny, but, well. Konnichiwa! Sure! Okay. Where's K-Corp? Oh, they're from K-Corp. Okay. Hello. 4th grade. Wait. Let me do math. And 1, 2, 12? No. 8. No, a small child. Anyway, hello. Hello. Elongate. Here we go. Wait. Drop it down. Drop it a little bit more down. There we go. Maybe raise it a little bit. Okay. No, I don't know. But hello. So, there's a couple things I'm gonna be doing here. First off, we have a couple extractions to do. Now, starting off with this. 11. Feels like that's old. Oh, that's lame. Oh, I'll just take that. Okay. The first thing to do is to pull for... But yeah. That... Okay, I'll take 2, I guess. What? I got... Hex nail? Okay, I'll take hex nail. That works, I guess. That was one I wanted, but that works. Anyway, this is what I was gonna do first. Oh, okay. No, that's what I wanted. Привет. It's Donny! That makes me so happy, being Donny there. This also means we're going to get a Donny roast spanner and a... But he will never get his arm. You got the Star Rail? I don't play that. Hey, look at that. Easy. Easy peasy lemon potato salad. What I get? Rev up those fires! Word. Workshop and all in. What's the phrase? What phrase? What phrase? Yes, this is Blank on the phone. Please speak. I'm... Come at me if you can. Wait. Yes, this is Chicken on the phone. Customize. Oh. Neat. Ego. Oh. Neat. Gotta go with my boy Pride. Gotta go with my boy Pride, Wrath, and... I don't know. West. Oh, neat. Okay. And then... Friends, who has friends? No one has friends. Alright. So, now I've done that. The next thing to do today is to look at... Since these pop up, these were popping up over the course of like a week or something. And it's just to show off the... Oh, gosh. It's just to show off Dante's notes. So let's watch it. I don't know how long I'll be streaming today. Dante. Mephistopheles doesn't war and grumbles ahead all day long. Mephisto is an engine that needs rest from time to time, much like how Charon is still a human who needs regular breaks. Are you still awake, Miss Faust? There are a few things left to check. as the engine is treated harshly during operation. It needs to be well maintained while it rests. To substantiate her words, Faust carried light tools and a small mechanical device in place of her usual Zweihander. You're working hard. Hardly working. This barely counts as work. Witness Faust's magnum opus cordis being overworked, with no time for care. Takes a greater toll, rather. She said this after making a light smile. You like this update in particular? Faust looked down at me using a handheld device. Oh, this thing. Yes, I believe previously you weren't fiddling with it as often. It's nothing much. I was just making the most of this new feature I've needed. Whenever Faust requests a break for routine maintenance, my LCB PDA also receives updates. The updates occasionally come with additional functions, and this time, a note. The device doesn't have this functionality until now. It didn't, surprisingly enough. You didn't know that. I thought you were omniscient, Faust. Faust only knows everything that Faust knows. Pardon me for a moment. She took a peek at the screen of my tablet. Are you attempting to write an encyclopedia, Dante? I mean, keep using words I don't know. Stuff like fixes, whatever wings are. It might be common vocabulary for you all, but not me. I understand. I do suppose you've lost all memory of the city. Yep. So I want to write down most stuff here. And copy down the things I've been scribbling on paper while I'm at it. This clock on my shoulders could be replaced with yet another head at any moment. And there's no guarantee the memories I have right now will stay with me. That's why I must prepare a backup plan like this, so I don't forget twice. And that is the introduction of the notepads. Anyway, I wanted to get this all on stream because it was cute. Because for some reason, Faust got extra special care in this. For some reason, she got special duper care here. I don't know why. Hey. Bunk. Oh. Not even gonna tell me. Okay. But, I wanted to get this on thingy. Also interesting that it's categorized as Detour Tales. But I don't, and, like, Faust is mostly, oh wait, also, I should probably... Crash. Oh. Okay, first off, Exnale, what do? You're a Teth? Like Pierce. Like Envy. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Especially since it replaces... Oh no, it's a Teth, not a Zion. I'm dumb. Never mind. This is that one. So, Rhodia. There's also another thing. They changed Sanity. I'm assuming they're going to make... Because it says Panic type. Panic. I'm going to assume what they're going to do is they're going... Because originally they did this and it was all this... Apparently it was something not so good, I guess. My assumption is that they're going to do like how they have in the Nabami Corporation. Is that each identity will have their own panic type. And each panic type does a different thing. Now, what is max level here? Oh, level 35. Well, that answers that question. That's easy. Level 30. Level 35. That's simple. Let's see here. Okay. And because... Well, okay. I got all of this from the, all the, thingies. So, ignore that. I'm all ready to bear, but I don't see how I can get to a higher position. Anyway, I got Rhodia. Alright, I'm going all in. Come at me if you can. I'm trying to get I want to make the clicky sound. Can you hear it? I'm making the clicky sound. Okay, totally worth it. Amidst the sounds of keyboards, flapping papers, and voices, sound a song too cheery for an office like this place. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The child looks thrilled and enthused, unlike everyone else whose brows are furrowed. On a screen is an online casino game that is said to be pretty popular in the side of the back streets where the child's office is. The child seems to be deeply into this game lately. Alright, I see one good card. Boss? I'm trying to focus here. Can it wait a bit? It can't wait. I need you to check this. That be the child's subordinate, speaking to the child with a rather grumpy voice. The employee held a stack of papers in their arms. Bah! Come on! Here, I've got 5 days worth of documents waiting your approval. Read them quickly and... Here it is! The scream silenced the various noises that had filled the office for a second. I've got it. I've got the thing. Check this out, babe. Royal straight flush. What's that? You want to know? That's out of 3 months' salary for everyone here rolling into my account. All right, listen up, everybody. No one in the office pays attention to the child, but she goes on anyway. The employee next to her, whose patience was reaching its limit, also went on. Boss, the work isn't going anywhere without your stamp on the papers. You need to work. Yeesh, you're loud. Why you like that? The child finally turned to face the nagging employee. Let me see, approvals? You know I approve them most of the time, don't you? I even gave you my stamp. Still, there are procedures to... Meh. What good are procedures in our tiny workshop? We have to outsource everything because we don't have the space to do everything. I gotta say, you think I'm not working? I'm the one who's bringing in the jobs, you know. And those jobs are piling up on our desks. That's not the rep's job to care. Count on my lovely staff, I am. And also, I've never once had any of your salaries in arrears. Ain't I doing enough? Still, if we go on like this... it's time for outdoor work. Aight, make way for the boss. I'm about to get some work done, as Sue so plated. Leaving behind the stunned employee, the child stormed out. People have different definitions about what makes a good leader. That employee, at least the child, must seem totally inept. And yet... Huzzah! The child was undoubtedly excellent at her outdoors work. It was thanks to her superb ability to tune up that her workshop has never been wanting for work. And her roguish magnetism made it that much easier to expand the workshop's customer base. She climbed to the seat of the representative because she was capable. A diamond rolling on a mud hill is still a diamond, as they say. Alright, that's a wrap for this one. I need jobs with better pay. The child didn't want to care about the details, but she wanted her office to grow nonetheless. Then she kept searching and searching for leads on juicy jobs. Perhaps the effort has paid off. Oh, okay, caught. A request from the nest. This one's a request for scraping. Not tuning up. Guess it's time for a bit of workout. Looks like the child has run into one hell of a job. She gonna die? That sounded like she was gonna die, and that's a little concerning. Game crash? Darn, no game crash. Okay, so what do? Rev up. Two coin. Heads hit, inflict 1 tremor. On hit, gain a +4 charge. On hit, inflict 1 tremor. It's the passive. When 4 owned. When bursting tremor, spend 3 charge to increase the stagger threshold, raised by 40%. After bursting tremor, when one ally with the lowest speed bursts tremor, increase the stagger threshold. Okay, so you're not really worth having unless you have a team of tremor. But what do? Inflict 1 tremor count, inflict 2 tremor count. At 3 charge count, we use this coin if it lands heads, up to 2 times. Inflict 2 more tremor each time the coin is reused. If the coin is reused twice, burst tremor after inflicting it. After bursting tremor, reduce tremor count by 1. On use, gain +6 charge. Inflict 2 tremor count. Inflict 2 tremor count if heads. Burst tremor. After bursting tremor, reduce tremor count by 1. Burst tremor. After bursting tremor, reduce tremor count by 1. On hit, if target is staggered, deal 25% of damage dealt as bonus damage. And preheat, gain 2 charge. Okay, that's not terrible or bad or anything. Oh wait, I can boost you now. Yeah, let's mind whip. At start of the combat phase, what is it? When I have the lowest SP, deals +10 blunt damage. Wait, don't you do blunt damage? Blunt, blunt, blunt. Oh yeah, you're all blunt damage. And you will almost always have the lowest SP. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Game, can you load? Yeah, that looks right. Oh yeah, that totally looks right. Let's see what happens. I feel my power has grown more potent, but my headaches... Akira! Okay. I will soon start this. Don't worry, everybody. I will soon start. The notes start with a simple inquiry. ArcCorp's architecture is strange. An architecture usually bears some resemblance to those adjacent to it, but I can't identify any similarity between ArcCorp's buildings and its neighbors, J-Corp, S-Corp, and T-Corp. Rather, it is closer to W-Corp's design than anything else. The city and the library for answers. No one seems to know why. I write this journal to find the reason why. One thing's certain. There had to be an ArcCorp preceding the current wing. The child wondered what kind of singularity the old ArcCorp had possessed and why they shut down. And by tracing its tracks. To find that, I must get my hands on info about the old ArcCorp. She's sure that she'll find a lead on what she is seeking. As for what that may be, well, not the most enjoyable thing to discuss right now. Perhaps another time if we find the chance to. On to the next location. For now, watching this child, who dry swallows painkillers, should be telling enough. That was it. That wasn't even worth the hassle. I almost thought that said that says limbus. That's so silly. It just says limbus. I love this art. I love it so much. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Okay, so what does that give again? Oh yeah, the blunt damage thing. It's actually useful. Let's actually make a team designed for... Have identity? Yeah, you. What do you do? In a clash, the opponent has -1 power if they have 5+ tremor. When recovering from stagger, heal 5% of max HP. One ally with the lowest speed lowers the clash power of opponents with tremor by 1. Oh, okay. Interesting. Where's your stuff? On hit inflict 2 tremor. On hit inflict 3 tremor. If target has +5 tremor, inflict -1 down of attack power. And finishing run up. Gain 1 charge. Inflict tremor. Gain 2 charge. Inflict tremor. Gain 2 charge. Inflict tremor. Burst tremor. When bursting tremor, reduce tremor count by 3. Then spend all charges to further raise stagger threshold by charge amount times 5 up to a max of 50%. Okay, well, I can uptie it. Might as well get that story. You're giving me a raise. Intend to pardon me then, as I have tasks to take care of. I tall, dumb, and adorable. Hey, is that still not done yet? It's in progress. It'll be completed in about 3 hours. Energy drinks! Hey, can you do me another favor? I'll buy you a drink after this. Place it on the 3rd document stack from the right. This fixer's office seems lively at all times. Ah, poor Mr. Salt, and there's Gregor in the back. Oh, that's why Gregor was talking to Miss Salt in the background. That makes sense. This child's desk in particular was abuzz with voices. When you look at it, it also seems like the source of the majority of keyboard taps. Hello, this is Miss Stahl from Rose Spanner's workshop office. I have a matter to discuss with you. Holding a phone in one hand, he types just as fast with the other. Yes, that is right. As always, we would like our newly developed tool to be tested by Tress Association. He doesn't forget to make notes with a pen from time to time. During all that, the Tress Association, Association number 3. Messieurs Tress Association 1, I am writing to you to Messieurs Tress Association 1, I am writing to you to inquire about our workshop's item. The child must be taking care of procedures for putting some new gadget developed by the workshop office on sale. Tress Association, commonly called the Workshop Association, is in charge of evaluating all workshop-made products in the city. Well, they aren't harsh enough to go after small personal inventions, but if you want to sell your item, you have to pass their evaluation and have it registered. Unauthorized distribution is forbidden. Oh, are you done with that call? Oh, are you done with that call? What did they say? And did it go well? Yes, as I am told. It's a simple device, so it's currently under the registration process. Great! Good job, as always, buddy. There are documents that need to be filled out for additional approval. From the top of the 2nd document stack. I told you. You're free to do them however you want to. Understood. The child wouldn't even turn down favors others asked of him. Be precise. He had no reason to. He was the most competent one in this office, as well as being the quickest to handle work. The child knew this well, and believed that it's natural for him to do the heavy lifting. Though he worked more frequently indoors than outdoors, he was superior in both types of labor. He's been staying in his workplace for weeks now, traveling between the office and work sites without a single trip to home. This is tiring. The child let out a tiny sigh. Placed a hand on his temple. The monitor showed a line of text that said, "The mail address does not exist." That didn't happen. It's true, not every part of the city is interconnected in a network. Naturally, there are some clients that can only be reached with written letters. I will have to write it again. This has put off the estimated time of completion by 2 hours and 17 minutes. Murmuring to himself, the child picked up a pen. Normally a workshop fixed like a blacksmith, keeping hammers and steel plates closer than pens or paper. But to this child, the line of work seems no different from an ordinary desk job, dealing with mounds of overdue clerical work. Yes, this is Mashalt from Rose Spanner Workshop Office. Please state your business. Still, perhaps it's thanks to him shouldering most of the desk work that this workplace can operate smoothly. Yay! To get 40. Or 20. I'm gonna assume 40. Okay. Yay! Oh yeah, I can do the ting tang. Ting tang ting tang ting tang ting. Ting tang ting ting tang ting. Kill 2 times gluttony. When I have the most SP deals. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, you're flattering me. I won't say no to it though. Jank! Alrighty. What do you got? Okay, one at a time, one at a time. The child's hands and feet were too quick for the eyes to follow. Ah, you there, slacker. I'll carve out your skull if you keep half. But your swing. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. The child makes sure to check on his subordinates even as his hands are occupied. All right. So what are you here for again? The child questioned the trespassers on his turf. His hands didn't neglect to cut down approaching foes as he spoke. Yeah, the car pagoda. Pagodas? Oh, what about them? The rumors about J-Corp. Anyone know what this guy's talking about? Child apathetically asked his men for an explanation. One of them was quick to fill him in. I'd guessed about the Wheel of Fortune thing, boss. The Wheel of Fortune? Like the one in those tarot cards? The child turned to the invaders. His biggest question, still unanswered. Why would you look for it? And I too. The wheels. Cars have lots of them. What? Then, that's rather anticlimactic. How about you all just die? He declared with an icy voice, while gripping his dagger. Are you serious? Wait, what? That's so stupid. What? That's so stupid. That's dumb. What? That's really stupid. But okay. One of those, and then up to 60. Up to 60. Up to 30. There we go. Okay, back. Okay, good. I go back up here. Boom. Alright, rabbit time. What? What's your passive do? When I have the high speed, deals plus 10 piercing damage. Okay, okay. Alright, that's what I like to see. I know I'm going through so many of these, but I did just get over 1,000 thread, and I'd like to use them all before I start this. I know it's been 35 minutes. I apologize for that, but, whatever. The child roared with vicious yet sanguinary laughter. Next, keep on blasting. His gun relentlessly belched flame. The child wore a wide grin on his face, letting splatters of blood splash onto his cheeks, and clothing as if letting go of the trigger was never an option. Ammo spent. Just as those furious flashes finally seemed to settle down, the child flung the spent gun at his foe. The red-hot block of metal struck the target directly, rapidly igniting their clothes. If I can't use my paws to plow through the grass, I'll just bare my teeth. The child unsheathed his knife and lunges forward, blinkingly towards them like a rabbit. He tears his foes to tatters. This suit. Dang, I'm loving this thing. I feel stronger with each scrag. His gleaming eyes seem to suggest some kind of intoxication. But it looks like he's having the time of his life. Nothing to worry about, right? Right? What if there's gonna be more ArtCorp characters? Okay, but how do you get ammo? I'm assuming charge is supposed to be ammo. I'm very confused by this. How do ammo work? I don't get it. I don't get you, but whatever. Alright, I have a full team of 3 stars. And then obviously the much superior team of the Incorps. You do again? Unless 25% HP. The ally with the least HP heals 5 after winning a clash. Oh, okay. What do you do? When I with the most SP gains +1 points count. Oh. What's your other options? When I with the highest max HP gains +1 cash power in a clash. Oh, well that's actually pretty convenient for Gorbhammer man. And you, it's just what's your passive? When I with the highest speed deals +10 damage when attacking a target with a damage type the target is weak or fatal to. Oh, okay. It's not bad. What is this one? Low least SP deals. Oh yeah, that's actually superior than that. This one do? Alright, the least HP gains +2 counter. Oh, okay. Oh, but it's only counter clash. Oh, attacks inflict 1 tremor in a 1 clash. Oh! Oh, but that's only if she... Okay, that's only for her, though. Sorry. Okay, yeah, you. And then... What's the other 2 options? You. When I have the most SP, deals extra damage to enemies below. When I with the most HP, randomly gains attack power, defense up, or protection at the start of the combat phase. Which one's better? I don't know which one of these are better for passive effect. The ally with the most SP deals plus. That's only useful after 25, but this is useful at all times. Most HP randomly gains +1 attack power. Well, I might as well also boost you up. Platotions! I shall do my utmost to serve. Cute. Heckin' adorable. But I don't care about you. I don't care about your story. I'm sorry. Your story I don't care about. Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay, is that worth it? Wrong one. When I have the most HP. That would more than likely be you because you have the most HP. It's 201. I don't think any of my others that I'd use. You don't. You. Nah. I like this setup of you, and you. Do you help with clearing things? What does the other things do? Because you also apply... You actually apply a bunch of stuff. Defense lower... Oh, yeah, the defense lower. That's actually useful. Forgot about that. And offense and weakness analyze. Yeah, you're a debuffer, dude. I forgot about that. Forgot about that. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, you're a trimmer. God, you're a trimmer. You're also a defense down guy. You're also a debuffer. Will crashes, do I want to try and have more? Oh, but you only apply one. You do, I forget. Like to bleed. Like 2 plus coin drop next turn. Oh yeah, that's actually good. Oh, you only apply one. But you're saying when I have the high speed inflicts 1. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's actually useful. The passive. What's your passive? After an enemy is defeated, apply 1 haste. Oh yeah, whatever one. And it's whatever. Alright, after defeating an enemy, heal the ally with the least HP for 15. I forget if that only works with her. Because this means when an enemy is defeated... Okay, yeah, that means she has to make the finishing blow. She might be... I think she might be better as a... Yeah, what I'll do is you, and you, more than likely. You're good for that debuffing. No, Dante. No, Donnie. I like Donnie. Oh, yeah, no, Donnie. I'm gonna do Donnie. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Thing's been long enough. Probably. Wait, wrong places. I'm going to all the wrong places. I'm gonna go back here and... Not you. Go in. Egos. Let's spin the egos. Ding! 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 This heals, right? Yeah. Heal 15 SP. Heal all allies for 50% of max HP. Yeah, you. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. I guess I haven't... Okay, yeah. You need... Get your impending day. Other egos I need to... Oh, yeah. Pursuance. Get up, pursuance. Okay. What's your passive? And when it clash with the leftmost skill on the dashboard, apply 1. Okay. I will hit them badly. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, No, you. Wait, wrong thing. You. He goes. I'm shocked I didn't have any of these threads spun. Bonk. Bonk. Ding. Okay. You. And one more. Dunk. Dink. Dunk. Okay, thank you. And then... wrong one. You... do I care about Lantern? A little bit. A little bit. Thank you. Let's see here. Anyone else? Oh yeah, Baba Yaga. Swimshank. Don't know why I would care about you. You're kind of mid, but whatever. Maybe you'll be useful. Is yours? Oh yeah, I don't care about you. So I have yours. I have yours. Yeah, I have all yours good. Yours are good. Oh wait, no. Fourth match flame is not. Dunk, dink, dunk. Okay. Think that's everything. Okay, now we go over here. Wrong place. Here. Alright. Let's continue the mini episodes. What the hell? Without warning, bus ground to a sudden halt in the back streets. We'll stop here today. Canon, I fear we haven't quite reached the destination. We're approximately 15% short of the target location. Considering our schedule, proceeding at least 3% farther would be ideal. Canon, sleepy. Excellent bus driver. Don't drive while sleepy. Got it. Just stop stomping the brakes every dang time. Do you know how much you've done this already? Pursuits! Sir Heathcliff has clashed his nose onto the back of the front seat for the fourth time now, which must signify there is the fourth screeching halt to occur. Leave the wheel as soon as you start feeling sleepy, said the radio. That's a good point, but you need to be a bit more flexible about that sort of thing. A statement as plain as that can be quite amusing depending on who says it. Heh, the midget boy agrees with me, huh? Funny when the least flexible one says that kind of gabble. What was that? If that's what you're playing at, what about that old fogey over there who still thinks she's a wartime general? Ishmael pointed to Otis as she proceeds to pull out her cane and shake it into the air. Is a prime example of the terror of learned fear. Happen enough to be familiar, but still rather intimidating to hear Virgulus send the bus into chilling silence with a single gesture or utterance. What is it? You all happily chattering a moment ago. No reason not to continue. Weren't you starting to go on a proper rampage after? I was stretching. Felt a bit stiff. Load of. Ahem. It's laughable how you behave. You're like dogs that drool at the sound of a bell. If you got complaints, remember that my office in the back always has open hours. I'll make time for consultations. Miss Faust, I leave the rest to you. Of course. Virgulus nonchalantly walked past the sinners and their piercing stares, with Canon at his side, and both stood at the back of the bus. Open Pella! It's sesame, Canon. Canon knows. It's not like magic phrases are what open doors anyway. I suppose so. While they exchange corny jokes, door large enough to fill the backside slowly opens. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I have to get a drink. My goo is very, very parched and like raw, so I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back and I got water. Okay, I'm back and I have water now. Okay. I don't know if it's because I'm talking so much or what, but sometimes during streams, I'll like my goose throat will just start anti-gooing itself and it feels wacky. And other times it's completely fine. And I don't know if it's maybe I ate something, maybe it's the moss, maybe it's the mold. I don't know. But if I die, let it be known I died doing what I love. Eating mold. Been a few months, but still weirds me out every time I say it. It's big on the inside, right? As the back door opened, a splendid, narrow, deep, spacious hallway revealed itself. An endless corridor that looked to go on forever. Far into the hallway, classy poles demarcate the end of the area we're allowed to traverse, standing in front of unending lines of red lights. Though the place seems comfy, something about it makes eerie feelings creep up. Now that I think about it, is that one of those singularities belonging to a wing? Well, Faust, do you know anything? Of course it is. Of course it is known, but I am certain that you do know that I cannot speak of them in much detail. Herr Gregor. Could stand to be a bit nicer about it. This is a corridor. That's correct. It's a corridor. Such a long hallway with doors to rooms on the sides. Of course it's a corridor. IF. What are you trying to... whatever. I'm too tired. Dante, please hurry on with it. Gregor's words snapped me out of my idly staring down, to the edge of the passage. Oh, yeah, right. Dante, While I understand that you may feel it may be unnecessary, repetitive act, simply put, the executive manager's approval is a vital part of the procedure. Please understand. No need to put it like that, Miss Faust. With that answer, I got up from my seat and stood at the front of the bus, looking at the crew. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you'll be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as Faust finished speaking, sinners walked along with groans and sighs. Ah, jeez, man, I'm whipped. A fine night, young Sinclair. What say you another game of chess? I will try not to eat the pieces this time. No thanks, Don Quixote. You always run to me, Mr. Yi-Sang, for hints whenever you're losing. That is untrue, Sinclair. That was because I could not bear to watch the grievous misplacements. That's even worse. Bonjour, manager, and thank you for today's work. As for tonight's watch... Oh, Miss Shaw, thanks for suggesting. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling sleepy today. And then Otis suddenly intervened. Executive Manager, allow me to remind you that I am always willing to stand in for night watch duty if you ever feel fatigued. Yeah, Babushka de Camp. How about we get inside now? Executive Manager, your hard daytime work must... Sure, let's get you to bed. Ishmael gave me a small nod and proceeded to draggingly chaperone Otis through the back door with Rhodia. Then at last, Faust and I remained. I was fortunate, Dante. Had they not forced Otis to retire, she would have nagged you for the duty of night watch for quite a while again. It does happen a lot. I commented back as I watched the sinners head into the corridor, one after another. After Rhodia has entered and closed the door, Ishmael opens the same to get inside. You said the door leads to a different space each time it opens, right? Yes, as long as the sinner is in the right mental condition, the door will lead to a lodging appropriate for rest and personal use. Lodging, is it? They looked more like jail cells last time I peeked through the window. Still, she must mean it can be used as a personal living space, sleep, showers, self-care, and all that. You seem to have questions besides that. My clock has no eyes, nose, or mouth, and yet, somehow, seems as though Faust needs reads something out of me. Not that she'll tell me how she manages it. You know, just curious about what's over there. I pointed down to the far end of the corridor with my finger. Right to the horizontal depths of this seemingly endless corridor. As I have told you repeatedly, it's best not to be curious about it, Dante. As expected, Faust chose to walk into the corridor with a faint sigh instead of a real answer. And just, maybe, Faust knew all along. She knows it all, as she likes to say. Maybe she knew that I would learn about what lies beyond the corridor soon enough. Wham! Alright. And then last but not least, beyond the bus's corridor. It's all important stuff. If anyone has questions, you know to ask me. Because I have questions and I want answers. It happened exactly a week after that fruitless exchange. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you will all be given a maximum of 12 hours to blah 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 blah. Boss gave the same instructions as always. In response, sinners groaned and stretched like usual. Except this time, one sinner stuck out of that normalcy like a sore thumb. What now? Leave him be, Ishy. It's not the first time he's arguing me like that, is it? And Heath, make sure to simmer down before you get in your room, okay? All that grumbling thunder in there keeps me awake, you know. The sinner's rooms, their lodgings, personal space, and cell, reflects their state of mind, or so I've heard. Each room's floors, walls, and overall ambience are shaped after the sinner's personality, and a view through the window changes depending on their emotions and mental state. Though all I've seen were distant glimpses through the window, I don't have all the details. The room Heathcliff enters would sometimes, and actually rather frequently, emit weathery and stormy sounds. Usually he'd snap back with a, "Why should I?" or something like that. He only clicked his tongue. I suppose he doesn't feel like arguing. Thanks to that, stood in the corridor until all the other sinners, save for Faust, went into their rooms, staring down the passage with a frown. Maybe he was relieving stress this way. And that right there, where the incident began. Huh? Oi! What's with all those doors down the aisle? Heathcliff pointed in the same exact direction I did a week ago. Those doorways were beyond the no trespassing line blocking the way. Heathcliff, I recommend against walking farther into the corridor than necessary. That sure makes it sound awfully suspicious. There is nothing of which to be suspicious. You're better off listening to Faust. What? You keep treasure or some such in there? Faust's secretive attitude was enough to rouse his curiosity. Heathcliff, do not do it. You will regret your action. Got well emotional and Gabby, Miss Cleverest. It's like you're actually hiding something there. He sprinted into the dark before we could stop him. What's in there? Just as I was about to ask Faust an obvious thing to be concerned over. Heathcliff's sharp scream echoed from the unlit area far into the corridor. Dante, now is the time to take my left hand and run with me. Whoa! Cha-ching, cha-ching, awooga, awooga. I won't be able to get him out in time on my own. I may be engulfed myself if I don't act quickly. Before I could process what she meant, Faust went off in a direction. Heathcliff disappeared. Ah, shuckaroonies! Wait for me! And as we crossed the line and proceeded deeper into the corridor, we came across a three-way crossroads. I think I heard the screams coming from the middle. However, without a moment's hesitation, Faust darted to the left. Faust! I know you're in a hurry, but are you sure this is the right way? I've sworn I heard his voice come from the center path. I know. Without elaborating farther, Faust continued running. At another fork we encountered, Faust chose the right path. Right afterwards, she entered the fifth door on the left side of that hallway. What is this? Right as I entered, another hall came into view. End was like a cliff. To be more precise, I felt some kind of gravitational pull trying to get me to fall to the end of the hallway. Heathcliff! Then I saw him fall towards us with all his might from the middle of the hall, as if he might fall the moment he lets go. What the hell? All this place? Even though I couldn't see much in the dark behind him, I definitely felt some presence in it. Faust, what's over? Dante, I want you to hold the knob on this door. Open door tightly. Firmly grip my hand as well. Holding my hand securely, he gradually approaches Heathcliff. This hallway isn't tilted or anything, is it? Does it feel like we're hanging off a cliff? That is because we're in a corridor, obviously. Dante, do not let go. Reminding me to hold fast, Faust extended her other arm, holding her Zweihander. Heathcliff, grab this if you would. Are you mental? My hands will get gashed if I try grabbing that giant blade. You'll much prefer deep wounds on your palms. What you can suffer down there. Baffled, Heathcliff looked at the sword and then the darkness behind him. Bugger! Dante, pull me him up, might and main. Got it! Right as we pulled Heathcliff up. No, I'm sure if it's even right to say that we pulled him up. But nevertheless, Faust hoisted his unconscious body by the legs and started rushing, saying that we need to return the way we came. Following her lead, I supported his arm and trailed behind, keeping his head from dragging along the floor. After burning some time, let us say that it's fortunate he wasn't lost in a deeper area. Dante, you will have to turn the clock. He's gonna be okay, right? The psychological damage is likely to be severe. Our work will be encumbered if he loses his mind. I didn't have a choice. Good work back there, Dante. Why, it's unfortunate we have lost a portion of our limited break time to this. Faust, just what's in there? Where does it lead? Can't you tell me at this point? I've seen that stuff now. It was only natural that I want to know. What's besides there? What was chasing Heathcliff? Moreover, why did it never show itself to us? Why did it vanish instead of chasing him any further? These questions would drive me crazy, but alas. As stated earlier, there are limits to what Faust can elaborate. Yep, I didn't expect much. The corridor, you IF. Ryoshu muttered with a cigarette in her mouth, walking past us both. She must have left her room while we were out on our rescue mission. However, Faust proceeded as if not a soul had just walked by, as if nothing was just said. Huh? You did prevent a sudden vacancy in the bus's department. Though I wouldn't exactly call it a reward, I do suppose it isn't a bad idea to inform you on one thing. Oh, let me hear it! The unexpected boon had me rub my hands together. Right. What will she tell me now? Dante, when you traverse a road you have never walked before, what do you do? I mean, use a map, obviously. And that's right. Then even if you don't have a map, your brain will form images to serve as one. From there, on that map, there will be a starting point and a destination clearly marked. When you return from your trip, you will trace back through that way. It's so obvious, I don't need to verbally answer. I just nod along. Hopefully that makes it clear enough. Huh? This is why you should remember where you've started in the corridor. Especially, you open a door. Flabbergasted by the abrupt end, I blurted. Now then, Boss has grown tired. Do take care. He walked to the door before I could say anything, leaving me with a riddle. Of course it would go like this. I sighed out of frustration, but not a breath of air is expelled from my pitiful clock. Still, left powerless, all I can do is boot up this electronic notebook and piece together what little information I have collected. Alrighty, so with that done, let's take a look at Dante's notes. These are Dante's notes. There's the city as a whole, which means there's more than just the city. There's Limbus Company. Limbus Company, the place I work for. It's a name that should be the most closely related to me, but it's also hard to describe for me, because they won't tell me anything. I didn't join the company of my own accord. First, I thought the company's initiative was to find and retrieve the Golden Bough, but that only seems to be our department's goal, not the entire company's. What I can tell, each department has its own aims, and there's no common goal shared by all of them. It looks like a company has substantial backing. Company support was never lacking whenever we got its help, though Rhodia seems to have a lot to say about the meals. The Sinner seems to be a term that refers to the 12 people on the LCB, the Limbus Company bus department's bus with me. Based on conversation I overheard, they appear to have joined the company similar to how I did. They've been nicknamed like they're bound here somehow. I asked Fergus about the term, but he didn't give me a clear answer. Him and his, you'll see in due time. He shut down several questions with remarks like that. Looks like I have no other option here. I gotta write down whatever I learn. I had a couple new discoveries about the Sinners. First, it looks like Sinner is specifically used to refer to those who formed a contract with me. It appears they're the only people I can bring back to life. The Sinners might be the ones who can resonate with the golden boughs we seek. When we approach her, it seems to reveal the fathoms of the Sinner's ego, making us experience their pasts or peer into their psyche. Oh, thinking about the golden bough. Small branch-shaped objects that emit a golden glow don't really fall like tree branches. My head gets these tingling sensations whenever I get close to one. Whatever these are, they certainly aren't your ordinary gilded twigs that were made to go after. The Sinners seem to be experience a kind of dizziness when they get near this thing. I hear it's called resonating, and it might be similar to how I get headaches. Once we return with a bow, Vigilus calls people from some other department to take care of it. I asked him about this. He just said it's submitted to headquarters. The LCB, Limbus Company Bus. Name comes from the fact we're on a bus. Feels like they didn't put a lot of thought into the name, but the other departments aren't far ahead in terms of sophistication. The team includes people like me and the ones called sinners who seem back behind. Still not used to this word. The purpose is to retrieve things called golden boughs from the underground facilities of Lobotomy Corporation, or whatever the L Corp stood for. I don't know what golden boughs are, but from the sound of it, some physical object shaped like a tree branch. Seems retrieving golden boughs isn't the only job we're sent to deal with. Any tasks on the way to the company's objective that needs capabilities unique to me and the Sinners. I'm starting to wonder how this company came to be. Why it had to be me and the Sinners do all this, but Foss won't tell me. The security level is too low for me to access the information. He seems to know something more. Why does a Sinner know more about the company when I'm the executive manager? The Limbus Company Clearance. Its name comes from the fact that they clear things up and out. It was formed to aid the bus team's work. Unlike the Sinners, I can't revive them with my powers, which explains the care put into their gear and equipment. The department seems to be split into two teams, the before team and after team. The before team handles scouting and preparation, and the after handles gathering and cleaning up what we've done. I haven't met them yet, but the teams seem to be divided into several sections if Regulus's phone calls are anything to go by. Met with Effie and Sweeta from preliminary observations of the before team. Asked them a few questions when I had the time, and I'll try to write it down. Also wanted to ask what exactly they do, but the session got interrupted by Don Quixote suddenly causing a scene. Effie sighed that preliminary observation pays the least out of all before team subsections. Judging from what I've heard about the department having far more staff than the others, might be treated as expendables. Effie and Swede died during our operations. The nest seems to be a term that refers to urban centers in the city. The city is divided into multiple sections, and each of them comprise a nest and a backstreet portion. The nest is basically under the management and protection of a conglomerate called a wing, while the backstreets aren't too big of an influence, I think. Asked Fergus if I came from the nest or a backstreet, but he ignored me. Located in District 11's nest, as evidenced by our nightmarish battle at the checkpoint, K-Corp's singularity seems to give their users the capability to continuously heal, or regenerate, rather, their body. Foss called it helipolosis, but it seems to be more commonly referred to as HP bullets or ampoules by regular denizens. Thanks to that, all the Sinners died, and I almost fainted, bearing 12 people's worth of pain at once. But those HP ampoules did also help restore my melted lower half to perfect good health. K-Corp seems to be utilizing this technology for a number of industries. According to Sandra, employee met at Inbanks, the wing might also be developing food-related tech using the Singularity. Full name is the Lobotomy Corporation. Its nest was in District 12, a fallen wing, its spot currently vacant. It was apparently the epicenter of the citywide event called the White Nights and the Dark Days. Everyone seems to know, except for me, obviously. The facilities we searched for the Golden Bowels all once belonged to this now defunct L-Corp. Name of the L-Corp that existed in the past, the Lobotomy Corporation. It was an energy provider. It transported abnormalities like those we've encountered to facilities in their eggy forms and managed them in containment units to produce energy in the form of enkephalin. I'm told it once supplied energy to many other companies and wings, pretty much all over the city, basically. It must have been a pretty weighty enterprise. Then one day, a fierce ray of light shot out of the headquarters and the company went under. Like that. I even heard that after the company was gone, some tower thing appeared in its place, and it disappeared sometime after. The wing spot is still vacant as I write this, which apparently has the whole district in chaos. Hi, Mexican Tail. Hello. I'm almost done here, and then I'm gonna be going through the actual game. I'm sorry. I wanted to read all this on stream. I'm sorry. Then one day, blah, 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 blah. With its headquarters gone, the branch facilities around the city all shut down and were buried underground. Incorp. Nagel und Hammer. Located in District 14's nest. Nagel obviously means nail. Having spoken with Gestalt, apparently there are two factions under the names of Nal and Hammer. According to him, the armor-clad Inquisitors we faced weren't nearly as prevalent when he worked for the Wing. They weren't the majority faction during his time there. Unlike the group led by Cromer, Incorp as a whole doesn't appear too different from other big corporations outside some rigidness. Not sure what its main business is, but some sense seem to know a couple things about the Wing, before they'd speak to me at all about it. ArcCorp, located in District 18's nest. With what I've heard about ArcCorp from its related sinners, seemed a little different from the other wings I know so far. While most wings provide many convenience by utilizing their singularities to improve people's quality of life, ArcCorp mainly deals in armed services like mercenaries. ArcCorp's power as a wing comes from the quality of its military services. Otis added that, as important as a troop size is, much of its strength in battle will come from field experience and mental fortitude. In that sense, she says ArcCorp's combatants, employees, soldiers, are like killing machines with undaunted spirits on top of being in great health. Greg said it's common for ordinary soldiers to lose their will to fight and then flee the battlefield or fall into panic. And those who don't are the exception. I wonder if ArcCorp runs war games and simulations or something. Hearing what ArcCorp's identities have to say, the Wing has a team called the Fourth Pack, with 3 subdivisions. The Rabbits, Reindeer, and Rhinos. The Rabbits all around is deployed to a wide range of missions. The Reindeers have surgically gained antlers that convert mental strength into physical power. While I haven't met the Rhinos yet, I'm told their specialty is wreaking havoc. The Wings. Companies with the most advanced and influential technology in their districts. Practically rolling over them. Supposedly they're corporate entities, but the more I hear about the Wings, the more they sound like governing bodies. Come to think of it, Limbus Company doesn't seem to fit the conventional idea of a company either. Want to bust all the time, for one. Each wing has trademark technologies called singularities and uses the funds earned from them and ridiculous taxes to manage the high-class urban area inside its district known as a nest. People who work for a nest seem to be nicknamed Feathers. Located in District 23's nest, I haven't visited their place yet, but I learned a thing or two about it from a conversation with the identities from this wing. W-Corp seems to be operating a transit service advised as warp trains that take passengers from platform to platform in mere seconds. Tickets for warp trains are apparently pretty costly, and I'm told the first-class ones are plain ridiculous. You just cut costs and drive at this point. Find out additional details I've heard. While cars can take you anywhere, warp trains are preferred because they travel by car can get incredibly complicated. Makes sense considering the procedures we went through just to get into K-Corp's nest. Speaking more, seems the bigger problem is the roads are made insufficiently. They're so twisted and convoluted that it takes an unreasonable amount of time to travel between back streets areas by car. Even if the linear distance is short, the road to a destination will be a labyrinth and purportedly there are wide open area roads called highways connecting the nests, but that comes with a set of conditions and costs as well. Learned a shocking fact while talking with sinners down up in W Corp's identities. Though they didn't tell me directly, seems that the trips on warp trains, which take more than a few minutes from an outsider's perspective, make the passengers perceive a terribly long amount of time. Dissolving their sanity and forming them beyond recognition once the ride is finally over. Then it's the job of the cleanup agents to physically sort out the mess every time. Thank goodness we have a bus. This is all speculation based on conversations with the identities, so I'm planning to keep this information to myself. So I'm confused. How does the warp train even work? I assumed warp train was literally cloning technology, essentially. Because why would you ride a warp train? Why would you ride the warp train if part of the warp train's deal is that makes you go insane? I don't get it. Okay, oh gosh. Okay, fixers. Sort of freelancers, sort of various odd jobs, whatever. They don't work for free, of course. The whole society seems to be based around money. But I don't think I can say for sure that there are absolutely no fixers willing to do charity work, I guess. The ones I've seen and heard about were from all walks of life. Too diverse for me to neatly summarize. Occupied mirrored identities counts too. Maybe it's a common career. Apparently you can't be a fixer just because you want to. Some fix-related identities told me that there are tests you need to pass to earn a license. Looks like fixers are graded with numbers 9 through 1. It's also special grade color. Virgil appears to be one. He has the moniker of the Red Gaze. Supposedly pretty skilled and famous. Hey Gurren, are you here? Gurren, are you in chat by chance? By chance, are you in the chat, Guan? Hmm. Boop, 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 ba, 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 beep, beep, boop, boop, ba, ba, beep, 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 boop, 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 ba, ba, beep. I guess you're not. Okay, oh well. Oh yeah. Term encompasses all the corporate bodies. They're founded by fixers. There seems to be some sort of rule that requires fixers to be part of an authorized organization of any kind if they want to work, and setting up a one-person office is apparently an option. Looks like there's a pretty wide variety of offices. Thinking back on the time we were in the backstreets of District 4. D-Corp's territory, the office Yuri and Aya belonged to, might have been the most common type. Anyway, I guess I can say fixers, officers, and associations, all entities that handle requests. Seems to refer to the large organizations that manage fixers. Each association appears to have a specific field specialized in to account for how free and open the fixers' lines of work can usually be. There's a pretty wide variety. I've seen a few associations through the identities of sinners in their mirror worlds. One major difference from freelance fixers is that they can't choose the jobs they want to take. The Ching Association. They seem to specialize in single combat and dueling requests. They seem to, though it doesn't happen often, I hear there are still cases of people trying to settle disputes with a fair and honorable duel. When a person gets involved in a duel and figures their opponent will clearly tell them a new airway, they send this association a request. Sounds like they stand in for the client or something. All I know about this association comes from what I heard about from the 7 association identities, like couldn't learn much. Since the association doesn't get requests too often, it seems to be in charge of holding joint conferences and events with other associations as well. The Louis Association. They seem to specialize in combat requests that involve groups of people. Although few fixers in the city go their lives without once ever embroiling themselves in battle. Quoted from Don Quixote, the Louis Association seems to be unique in that each individual member is equipped to deal with multiple foes at once. According to Don Quixote, discerning the two may yet to be a task too daunting for novice aficionados. She also added, while the Sing Association covers one-on-one situations like duels, the Louis Association handles engagements between multiple combatants. Come to think of it, most of those entities did seem to value cooperation and coordination over individual actions. They also looked rather carefree too. Gregor's Louis Association identity also told me that it was common for him to take on groups of 5 or 6 at once. Heh. He didn't forget to proudly mention that he'd whooped those kids' heinies. Oh man, I want more of this. Another thing of note is the incinerator devices built into all their weapons. When I asked why they use fire-starting weaponry, they gave me varying answers like harmony or flow. But those honestly felt like roundabout remarks. In my opinion, probably because fire is effective as a means to strike foes around the target. Flames can spread after all. The Shi Association. They seem to specialize in assassination requests. Should note that it doesn't exactly mean they're the only fixers who take those quests. To start, requesting association fixtures is gonna cost a fortune. Plus, the man for assassinations is off behind the scenes, so even unknown officers on obscure streets seem to get those requests pretty often. Syndicates seem to be what they call all kinds of gangs and organizations in the city. Areas of the district, not including the Nest, outside the Wing's domain. The residents are mostly people who can't afford to live in the Nest. The area is stacked with restaurants, local businesses, all sorts of stuff. Okay, the Blade lineage and the Kuakomas, those don't matter. They're a bunch of losers. Okay, from turning rudimentary cogs to overlaying an alternate identity via a mirror, so he has every level of technology. I still don't think I can exactly define what an abnormality is. So far, the ones I've encountered, for now anyway, usually had an appearance unlike any human. Any human or animal, and possessed extraordinary powers. They're beings you'd only expect to see in abnormal fantasies, both in terms of what they look like and what they can do. When I tried asking Fa, she keeps saying, abnormalities are entities of their own category. You shouldn't attempt to define them based on any preconceived standards, and refused to give a more detailed answer. The old L Corp used to classify abnormalities into 5 levels. Yuri told us that L Corp graded them based on their energy production efficiency. Limbus Company seems to use the same levels to categorize them. Ego is shorthand for extermination of geometrical organ. I don't know what this means. Seems to be a byproduct of the Unkillfullen generation, once done by the now collapsed L Corp. Reports say the Wing originally produced weapons and equipment out of the Ego for its employees to use, which doesn't really seem to match what I've seen of it. What I can tell, the Ego our sinners use appears to work by the user making the emotions or self-identity of the abnormality their own, although I haven't experienced it myself. I've heard a few times that it feels similar to being influenced by someone else's thoughts and reflecting it to your life, walking as if one is in their shoes. However, if you don't stop at just being convinced and get deeply engrossed in what other sense of self, you'll be taken over and by what's carrying it. That killed the sinners a good few times, and it hurt me like heck. Seems to be what the glowing green fuel originally produced by a lobotomy corporation is called. Mephistopheles has a device converting humans into Inkelflin built into it, and the green liquid filling up the tube seems to be just that. Inkelflin can also be stored in containers of our choice for easier transport, boxes and modules being the two vital examples. The old L-Corp's logo can still be seen on the bottom of some Inkelflin boxes. Probably means the wing used them as well. Reading the warning on the side, ingesting it apparently has hallucinogenic effects. Who would think to do that? An invention that overlays a person's identity with a different possibility from numerous other worlds. Now this is the important part, and it explains his ego's appearance. I heard Yi Sing was one of its developers, but he always blabbers things I can't wrap my head around whenever I ask, so I don't expect to get any useful down-to-earth info out of him. The identities themselves are found via the engine of Mr. Philosopher. Not sure how it works, but looks like you can't just find and grab the identities you want. Trial and error can sometimes stumble upon previously unseen versions of the sinners too. Although I can't write how exactly identities are used in full. Feels like a Timmy that makes me unsure somehow. Synchronizing the extracted identity with my LCB PDA in the bus window allowed me to communicate with and feel it in a way, calling forth the image of the identity in my mind. I get a sense and understand as if I'm talking to the sinner like usual, and once the sinner and I make an unspoken agreement, the identity overrides the sinner, accompanied by the sound of glass shattering. Can't think of a more suitable description. While overlaid with an identity, the sinner appears pretty different from the usual. Top of attire and weapons, personality can also change pretty wildly. Sometimes makes me question if they're really the sinners I know. Fortunately, they seem to go back to their original selves when they're done using identity. But prolonged use might cause small side effects like headaches or residual traces of the identity's personality surfacing from time to time. A process of synchronizing an identity with this world using the thread we've gathered. It's how one brought from a different world is tuned to the sinner in ours. This could be likened to binding the two worlds together. What I can tell, a freshly extracted identity can't immediately transfer all of their knowledge and combat prowess to the sinner. That's why thread must be used to uptie the identity, make it more effective. I asked if the max uptie status as shown in the PDA is really the highest possible tier. I wanted to know if that meant that the sinner virtually becomes the same as the one from another world. I mean, towards theoretically the case. An identity brought from a certain point in time of the world from where it was extracted gains more experience, bringing their combat skills further, for example, a new possibility could occur that allows for additional stages of uptying. I guess that's to mean identities from certain points in time could grow stronger in terms of experience and technique. I asked if events differing from our timeline happen in the world from where the identities were extracted as time passes. I've been told that we can't know for sure and that it doesn't matter anyway. Limbus Company is only interested in enhancing its capabilities in battle, so they don't care about what happens with the identities or its world as we uptie them. Simply put, some kind of incredible technology owned by the Wings. I'm just curious how they're different from the other technology in the city. Guess the fact singularities are monopolized by the Wings that own them. Another thing of note is that they almost seem to be outside the realm of logic or classical physics. Boss says it's unnecessary to bother thinking about the intricacies in my current state, but don't think you can brush off fresh flesh regrowing from a severed arm or stickers that boost your luck as things that just work that way. Wait, my head a singularity too? A strangely shaped object is inside, kind of like a bulb-like thing. I don't know how I should describe it. Sometimes wiggles and twitches. Staring into this glimmering thread makes me feel rather woozy. Boss wouldn't let me hold it in my hands for long, so I put it back in place and let her explain what it is. In summary, all sorts of possibilities woven into spindlets of threads, or something like that. To be frank, I can't really call this a summary when I just wrote down what Faust said almost word for word. Couldn't understand what she meant exactly. Gives me a similar feeling to looking up at the stars that appear when I wind the clock. Sort of like awe. Similar to uptime, this is a process of making the sinner's egos more powerful using thread. But I do wonder, why thread spinning and not uptying again? Like identities, the ego used by sinners are possibilities drawn from the cores of certain abnormalities for appropriate individuals. However, using ego to its full potential requires weaving together a deep understanding and well-read interpretation of the abnormality. That's why it's called thread spinning. Sort of like the idiom of spinning a yarn. Thread spinning an ego enriches the comprehension of the abnormality's mental imagery, enhancing its power and effectiveness. Ego seems to be the manifestation of some kind of mental force. I guess it makes sense that forming thorough knowledge of the abnormality in its ego is important. All threads rolling uptime is to connect people between worlds. It seems to work like a wire to unravel the core of the abnormality in thread spinning. Boss says we might be able to thread spin ego beyond what we're currently capable of in the future. Similar to upgrading uptime identities, gathering golden boughs should allow us to decipher and interpret them in further detail. When a sinner tears this identity training ticket, certain experiences seem to flow into them, or the identity they're wearing. These experiences can make them even stronger than how they were in their original worlds at the time of extraction. Well, that's what the relevant theories say. According to Faust, I get that they become better fighters with the added experience, but how does it make them physically stronger too? I got vague but somewhat sensible answers from Faust, and he's saying, when an identity is upgraded using tickets, the identity's frame itself is enhanced. To summarize their explanation, upgrades exclusively improve their physical traits. The improvements are made in ways that would have worked in the original world the identity came from. Additionally, when an identity with prostheses is upgraded, the materials and components of them seem to get sturdier and whatnot. Either way, upgrades are focused wholly on physical improvements. As if it isn't possible to upgrade entities beyond their current maximum level, 30 as of writing. As shown in the PDA, these values seem to be related to the golden boughs we're collecting. In addition, I was told that I'd be unable to withstand further upgrades for now. Does that mean it would be possible to upgrade them more in the later point? Come to think of it, if these level ups are only for making their physical bodies stronger, why are these things called training tickets? That was covered by upties. And done! Woo! And now that everyone is caught up, time to see what happens. Let's see if I get any more. Let's see if I get any more information. He looks cute. He's cute. Sinclair is cute. Sinclair, I don't care. Sinclair, I don't care. Dry section 6. I only did that to see if that adds more information to the compendium. I'm only doing this because I want to see if it adds more information to the compendium. That's all I care about. Plus it gives me 40 monies. And I literally had over 1,000 thread spins. I literally had over 1,000 threads, so I mean I had the time to do this. Alright, so after an hour and 39 minutes, we are finally going to start the actual story. Do I have anyone else? I don't think I do. I think I've thread spun everyone. Oh, I haven't thread spun you yet. Well, you're quite literally the last one I can do. Yo, that's rad. Yo, that's rad. I don't care. I can read that later. It's not important. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, wait, I guess it probably doesn't, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Okay, it does not. Okay, it's just matters that I get them, is all that matters. Okay. If that's the case, get you. I want you. I want you. Gimme. Darn it. I didn't get him. But I'll take that, though. I don't know. Only 100 or whatever. Okay, let me see here. How many these things do I have? Cards for season 2. Okay, and use them on Mistalt. Max. And whatever. Okay, well, I'm at 200 of those three. 200, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay. Drive. Inferno. The Unchanging. Off the Oh, it's going up and down. I found myself looking at dead and dying sinners in the middle of the nest. Place that's supposed to be peaceful, and in front of me is... I began tracing back my memories to figure out what happened. We were neither high flyers nor greedy vultures. We were merely children who loved technology. Do you remember the day when we first felt that we were breathing? Back then, that breath alone would suffice. Or perhaps it was the air that was exceptionally clear for that day. The view is obscured by smoke and dust. Terrified screams, hopeless outcries, pinged moans, and the sound of hard objects breaking create a cacophone. It is time to turn the clock. I can hear you saying the only conscious sinner at the moment muster up his remaining strength to speak. The others are on the floor among dismembered corpses like powerless puppets. Fatal injuries were left by an abnormality, yet we were in the middle of the nest. Were abnormalities supposed to be confined within lobotomy corpse branch facilities or dungeons? Meanwhile, the abnormality pierced Yiseng's abdomen as I wondered. I had no one else to share this question with. Where are we going this time? The sinners seemed to grow quite accustomed to this work. As if we were on a road trip, some were far less hesitant to ask about our next destination. That's not quite the right question. This mission begins with a person rather than a place. A person, you say? We happen to have a client. You mean, take requests from outside like we're a fixer office or something? Oh, I thought I hadn't begun to be frequented by requests already. Excellente! It may take a little time and all to become a renowned fixer. Quiet. I'll be answering questions. As you all know, the Golden Bough are a relatively recent discovery. Fortunately, J Corp and D Corp didn't have much interest when we visited their districts. This is why those facilities were populated by no more than backstreets, miscreants, or ragtag syndicates. However, there are wings that have caught wind of their existence and value early, like K Corp, whose turf we're in right now. But I thought we already taken the Golden Bough here in K Corp's nest. I never said there were any rules that say only one bough may exist in a district. The distribution of Lobotomy Corp's branch facilities is more complicated than you'd expect. They can be found everywhere, spread quite literally like tree branches. Like how one was connected to our state's basement. There's also hasn't been any clear definition about who owns the boughs. Which is why everyone's been playing by the primitive rule that the first finders of the bow are its keepers. Well, that's how it usually goes, the slumbering treasures. In that case, are you telling us that we've accepted the request to earn ownership of a golden bow? To be exact, they made the offer first. Since the golden bow is on the line, we have no choice. I get it now. Thus, I don't know how many times I have to remind you of this, but do not do anything to aggravate the client. By the way, now then, keep your mouth shut until you're there. All as usual. Dante seems to have something to say. Thank you, Faust. Sorry about that, Dante. I hope you understand that it's quite cumbersome to grow used to the concept that the ticking of a clock can be something to respond to. Ah! Clicked off screen. What are the golden bows used for anyway? When I think about it, all we were told was a vague order to collect them. Nothing about what the company plans to do with them. They're asking about the purpose of the golden bow. Uh-huh. I see you've finally begun to ruminate on the subject, Manager Dante. Here you are, growing curious about the company's plans. They are to aid your management as a guide by providing kind explanation. The golden bows, they are branches, as their name suggests. That's what we call stems growing from the trunk of a tree. These once happened. Why is it the Goofy music? Why is it the Looney Tunes music? Why is it the absolute tomfoolery music? Oh, forsooth. Don Quixote was the only one responding passionately to this information. Thanks to this exchange, he painted me as an ignorant bloke who doesn't even know what a branch is. Brodia shrugs at me as if to chaff me of expecting a real answer. Like, the road is blocked. I go around it. It's blocked? Strange that there's a blocked road. The middle of K-Corp nest, too. Like that there's a scene. Before Ishmael could finish her sentence, a dull thud at the window interrupted her. Something just got flung at the bus and bonked off. That was a person, wasn't it? A male individual who appears to be in his early 40s. There seems to be serious injury in his occipital region. He had already died before the impact. Yeah, sure, doesn't seem like the average scuffle. Pit stop. If it's a problem you can handle, come back after you're done. And what about if it isn't? The clock will have a spin until it's been dealt with. That's one elegant way to tell us to go die 1,000 deaths. Now then, off the bus. What? Weren't you about to say the same thing anyway? Saved you the trouble. I just can't wait. What adventures are in store for us this time? Oh, you saying? Oh, Hung. I forgot his name. Hong, let's say Hong. Oh. Oh, it's nothing. Wait, no. You? Is it you? 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, you. As you saw through the bus, you're in the middle of a nest. This is the place that should be the furthest away from unexpected trouble. What would that mean? This is a precautious commotion? Everyone except the drowsy Hong Lu was teensed up, carefully looking at what was going on. Is that? Someone was running this way in a hurry from the other side. The civilian was too busy running to look ahead. They bumped into the sinners and fell to the ground. Don't go that way! Come now, you may rest easy. We have galloped in this haven as in lives, such as you. But we are no such thing as heroes, so please don't say anything unnecessary. Oi! We need to get across here. If you're here to stop us from nothing, I'll give you a taste of this bat. Looking at Heathcliff's intimidating face and Ishmael's frowned expression in turn, the civilians seemed to take a moment to consider which would be more of a threat. There's your head. That shouldn't be real. I don't know what it was. I didn't see anything like it. It was screaming and running, then people rolling on the floor, on fire. Did the entity you witness have a form that does not resemble a human? Yeah, you're right, that's right. If it isn't a human being, giving the suspected possibilities in our minds, head for the center of the disturbance. What's going on? It could be a distortion or whatever. No? Like that chicken fire. No, that's different. That one is an abnormality, not a distortion. I'm sure of it. Somehow. As Dante suggested, the entity is likely to be an abnormality. Our manager is able to feel it. But then why? As an abnormality in the middle of the nest. It's a phenomenon Faust has never been notified of. Most facilities of the Lobotomy Corp were shut down as soon as the wing was dissolved. I was reminded of the site burial Yuri talked about. But I quickly shook off the gloomy memory. Even if an abnormality did break out... Even if an abnormality did break out in the meantime, there had been a report informing us of the fact before this mission. Hard to imagine that LCC would have been unable to notice if such an event actually occurred. Maybe the security staff sent by K-Corp? Rather than suppressing the abnormality, they're just being completely wrecked. It sort of takes me back at the time. Ha, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny, Nathaniel. It sort of takes me back to the time when we got beat bad in D-Corps. Aw, come on. First that chicken restaurant guy goes kooky, and now this. I'm only over this kind of welcome from Nest K. Why is they complain? Ah! Bloody! The breeze created by the abnormality nearly grazed past us. How the heck are you doing? Just watching from here won't do any of us any good. It'll crush us all to pulp. You're gravely mistaken. Have that insane brat's daily rambling finally managed to brainwash you? Huh? Really? What does that mean by this insane brat? The guide only instructed us to return once a commotion has been dealt with. He never ordered us to deal with it ourselves. Bloody heck. What's there to be danged obtuse about? Didn't you see what happened? Missed out? It almost blew my head off. Who knows what else will happen if it keeps up? This'll be over if we just beat that dang thing down. What else do we do? Get ourselves a theater seat and keep watching? Gobbling some chicken, huh? There's no need to watch. There's no need to watch. There's no need to waste our lives on fights unrelated to our mission. I'm sure your filth didn't even realize. But here's the thing. The more you die, the less efficient you become in battle. The experiencing of pain will make you learn to fear and avoid it. We're dying over there as we speak, though. Although it'll take much time and many lives, they will eventually suppress it. Like how we do. And I'll say, I didn't expect a whining amateur who would cry for his parents whenever he died, who really suggests self-sacrifice. Death has become a triviality to you, has it? If we must make the ideal decision between the sinners, try to listen to her. We're not fixers and we certainly cannot be heroes. Turning the clock obviously hurts whenever I do it. And the pain is something I can never get used to. Yet, I think we should suppress it. I can't logically explain why, but I feel like we should. I'd have pushed that clock and run out onto there if you grabbed the same rubbish as them, clock face. If that's your decision, I will abide by it. Yeah, alright. I'm sure you made the right call. Hey, thank you for making that decision. You think too much over little things, clock. You won't be an artist. The judgment was made for none other than you, executive manager. The sinners walk ahead after leaving me a comment. While all the other sinners went ahead, Boss remained and gave me a peculiar stare. What is it? Think my judgment was inefficient? No. I just thought it would be interesting to see how you react once you reclaimed your memory. What's a strange statement? Held me in place for a moment. By his side, I want to deal with questions that are immediately ahead of me first. Boss, I've been wondering for a while. Are you really okay with being treated like this? Stating your talents and everything. Someone with Boss's caliber should have no problem enjoying a luxury life in the city. Boss doesn't mind, and I feel talent is not the right word to describe Boss. Many can possess talent, but Boss does not want to be included in the many. Among the sinners, we are looking for a talented individual in the most commonly agreed definition. That would be Yi Sang. For your information, I am a genius. Yi Sang stopped walking behind other sinners and turns around to face me. Looking again, his eyes are actually staring into the emptiness behind me. I am no individual. I have long stopped fluttering my wings. Thus, it would be of no use to discuss my talent, manager. Curiously enough, I find that some sinners feel more distant as we spend more time together. What's flying machines? It's been irking me. Got the urge to see ID for the 3,000th time. That is a device called a drone. Oh, and they might be combat drones, K-Corp, sent to help. The wing seems to be above average in terms of technology. No, looking at its design, doesn't appear to be equipped with combat functionality. It has a camera at the center. Well, I guess it makes sense to get a close look at the mess happening in a well-off nest. Abashed, Ishmael mumbled. Oh! Will we be featured on the thing called the news? Wait, something's off about these drones. Why are they only filming corpses and dying people? Well, it's the provocative stuff that draws more attention, isn't it? Look at this terrible incident. See how morbid it is. Or something like that. But... hold up, kiddo. In front of you. God, this is definitely weird. Sinclair, look at this. This thing has its cameras glued to me. I don't appreciate a soulless audience. There are a considerable number of them, and these drones, they appear to be deliberately preventing us from entering the area where the abnormality is. Can't be. We're here to help them. Why would they get on it? Wait, right? Now the drones start lining up and formed a wall as if to stop us from going any further. Greetings, citizen. Please keep 10 meters of distance for your own safety. K-Corp staff has been dispatched. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance. Now look, your staff is being slaughtered over there, can't you see? Greetings, your safety is a re-recorded message. The instructions make no sense. What difference is 10 meters of distance going to make in this mess? Not gonna do us any favors, huh? I don't know if they're malfunction or just badly designed, but we have to get rid of all of these before we can get rid of the abnormality. Yeah, fight the robots! Right, the power, man. Alright, so what do you guys do? Okay, wait, are you... Okay, so let's see here. So I realized something. The higher your sanity, so the higher up your sanity is, the more likely you are to flip a heads coin. The lower your sanity is, the less likely you are to hit a heads coin. Which means, because Sinclair is a tails-based character, you want Sinclair's thing to be low, but not too low. So, go with that. That. That, probably, because that one bursts, I don't have that anything for bursting. Wait. That one. Bam! Bam! See? That's good. Beep. Beep. Easy peasy. Alright, hello. Let's do that. Whoa, you're whipping everything. Well, that works, I guess. Alright, you're dead. Okay, that's useful. Okay, now then. Bam, bam. Oh, yeah. You have it? No, you don't. Eh, it's fine. Let's do that. Boom, 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 boom. Woo. Oh, lame. Yo. Wow, I love that. So so Sinclair starts high and goes down. Bruh. There you go. Okay, let's go. Wah. Wah. Yay, I did it. What does your thing do? Indiscriminate. Targets randomly. If target's HP is below 25%, deals extra damage. Oh, okay. Okay. Whee! That works. Oh, dude, you just got shot. How'd you lose that? Oh gosh, I'm getting sleepy. No. Oh, I love her. So I may or may not end up ending stream here in the next maybe 10-15 minutes. Dude. Yay. Okay, easy peasy. Whack, whack. Wham, wham. Oh gosh, you're gonna turn exploding, aren't you? I can feel it. You're going to explode, aren't you? You're going to explode, aren't you? Yep. Yes, you did. Nice. Bum 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 bum. Dude, really? Bro, really? Well, good thing everything's dead. Whack. Whack. Oh wait, it's still gonna activate it? You're gonna go ahead and attack? Why? Okay, I was about to say, that was very, very weird. I didn't get that. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. This is bad. I can't believe I spent the entire time where I was gonna be doing this. Okay. Do one more. I'll start a dungeon and I'll end stream. Okay, maybe not this one. Oh, this is an actual abnormality fight. The story. Huh. No. Good. 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 Yes. Yeah, let's go with that. Ha! Bam! Dun 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 dun. What? Yay! Whack. 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 Okay, Winray and then I mean, yeah, I don't think that'll kill. Oh gosh, I started to zone out. I started to zone out hardcore. Oh gosh, I can feel myself just passing out. I swear to God. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, so I will need to... Yeah, you got this. Whack. 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 Oh, you're dead. Only fun. Okay, you, and then I guess, you two. Focus you, I guess. I thought I hit the button. Lol. Wait, what? You. Oh, I didn't hit the first one. That works. Whack. Easy. Yeah! Oh, that's a bowl. Let's see here. Well. Well. Da-na-na. So what is your deal, anyway, story? So you actually have a story, but I haven't met it. You're cool, though. Brass bowl, tailful. Okay, go! Yay! Yay! Bonk. Wham! Wham! Wham!
지금 뭘 잘못했는지는 알기나 해. 드라마에서 봤어. 방금 건 아무 쓸모도 없었어. 바보. 전부 지져버리겠네.
Oh yeah, I'm almost out. I'm almost out of it. So yeah, it's gonna be my last one. Oh man, I spent that entire time reading heckin' journals and stuff. That's silly to me. Tomorrow I'll probably be, yeah, tomorrow will more than likely be start an early stream to try and cut through this because I don't have a whole lot left. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, get him. Get stupid boar. I'm assuming easy kill. Okay, anyway, God, I thought like 20 years had passed, but no. Oh my gosh, I was like asleep and nothing happened.
이기는 편, 우리 편.
Like, I keep feeling I'm hitting the button and I'm glossing over and then nothing's happening. I swear. What the? How? That's the last of them. They ain't gonna make us pay for the damages, are they? I'll try to report that it was an act of self-defense. Bye, darling. Did I ever tell you this? Such a... how do I put it? You rock! You're rather late to realize that. Something feels strange about this abnormality. It doesn't quite feel like the other we fought. Not sure if we ever have that much experience in that department, but... well, guess it's the crowd around us shouting and yelling. What's up with these abnormalities? How'd they show up in the middle of this? Yeah, they got more horrifying. And I've been set in the, and I've seen that in one of the mirror dimensions, well, times. Sorry, Nick. Come to think of it, what was the deal with those abnormalities in the mirror dungeon that didn't fight us back? Those were glimpses into the abnormality's mental state, habitat, viewed through cracks in the mirror world. It is a chasm, randomly narrow and unstable. Indeed, which one allowed for unlimited interactions.
이건 왜 이리 끈질겨? 철도에서 잡은 것들만큼 독한데.
Oh my gosh, I just want to sleep. I just want to fall asleep and just go. Cause like my head is heavy, my eyes are like heavy. So it's like, it's difficult for me to stay up right now. Oh, I want to know, why are these so tough? They're as nasty as what we faced in the railway.
확실히 그러하다.
That's certainly true. Besides, what is this sickening fluid dripping from them? As Sims pointed out, the abnormality was that we're clearing different home from. What have we encountered before? This is oozy and mysterious liquid with a blue glint. You have no time to analyze the condiments. Hurry up and carefully go back home. Oh my gosh, did I fall asleep? I'm like falling asleep for like 2 or 3 minutes at a time. You have no time to analyze its constituents. You should be careful not to come in contact with it. Yeesh! No need to tell me. I'm not about to smudge myself with that. Oi! These things eat bad food all off the floor or what? It's like they got rabies. Hey, love you, Mr. Heathcliff. Heathcliff was knocked on the ground and able to resist. Manager, looks like you have work to cut out for you. Please remember, I give you some explanation before the test. Please remember that I gave you my explanation, Executive Manager. All men prepare for battle. I figured it would come to this. I've come too far to be afraid of pulling dead sinners back to life. Let's beam him and heads back. Well, I already did it, so I'm gonna go take a nap. And then I'll finish this at like 4 o'clock. And then jump into actually attempting the job. Because I'll have my drawing tablet. Hopefully. Gosh, it is like difficult to stay awake. So weird. The last 2 hours, I was able to stay awake no problem while doing it. And then all of a sudden, it's like a switch hit. It's 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock or whatever. And I just want to do this. It's kind of dumb, honestly. Anyway. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you, thank you. Sorry for Lily. All I was doing was reading the entire time and not actually doing the chapter. But, I mean, I started the chapter. It's something. Alrighty. Good night, everybody. Oh, gosh, I feel like I'm gonna fall over. I literally just almost fell asleep. Good night.